I just watch? The Woman Who Was Fed by a Duck is part of an anthology series from the streaming service that's given us Ted Lasso, and not a lot else that really makes me want to go through the effort of borrowing someone else's password. However, when Apple promised a series of darkly comic feminist fables exploring the endless ways in which women blaze through adversity with wit, resourcefulness, and compassion, the ally in me obviously couldn't help itself, and I eagerly dived straight in. At episode 5. We're quickly introduced to our 30-something protagonist, Elisa, through a scene of her flirting with a married man, and then complaining to her sister about her success on dating apps. However, we quickly learn this roastie is a complete degenerate when she starts fantasizing openly about the local wildlife.
Check out that one with the green head. Bet he's got a big dick. Like one of those long, twisty ones.
The duck she was fantasizing about then approaches her and starts up a conversation. Now, nobody else in the show ever acknowledges the duck is talking, and its mouth never moves like they do in Dr. Dolittle, for example.
Is that the biggest ass you've ever seen?
So it's a bit ambiguous to the viewer whether she's actually a mind reader of only a very specific waterfowl, or if she's actually just having a complete mental breakdown.
I'm crazy?
My money's on the latter.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Anyway, after flirting with the duck at the park, she goes home and does some Google research on her new animal crush. Psyched up after a long night of watching bestiality videos, Elisa goes back to the park the following day for a romantic picnic with her new love interest. Then, being a modern, empowered woman, she obviously invites Larry back to her place after their first date and takes him there on a bicycle ride that I think she enjoys maybe a little too much. Back at her house, we get to see a bit more of Elisa's home, and Larry's like, "Damn, bitch, you live like this?" Before she eventually runs him a bath, strips off, and gets in it with him in a shot straight out of a Wes Anderson movie. Anyway, under the watchful supervision of her new avian boyfriend, Elisa finally starts to tidy up her hovel in a short montage before she prepares a special meal for both of them. Now, this is when things take an unexpectedly dark turn, though.
How many times do I have to tell you I don't like bread?
Larry,
What?
what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Just being honest.
I mean, I can understand the duck not wanting to die by eating the bread, but the grapes were still up for grabs, so maybe he went a bit too far.
Oh, and you could stand to lay off the carbs yourself. Just saying.
Okay, he definitely went too far. This duck's actually a bit of a dick. Wait a minute. I see what they did there. But then, in true abusive relationship style, Larry reassures her that he loves her and that he's going to work on his temper, so naturally she's won back over by him in an instant. The next day, Elisa leaves Larry in the house by himself for a few hours while she's at the park, and she comes back to the house to see that he's shit absolutely everywhere.
What the fuck?
And he blames her for it, because she locked the door so he couldn't get out. So, she cleans up the shit, like you naturally would if it was all over your home, and then this happens.
Oh my god!
It's honestly some of the most bizarre shit I've ever seen in a TV show. Getting down with a duck. Some people may like it, but I honestly thought it was kind of foul.
Get out. I mean it.
Anyway, Elisa's sister shows up because she hasn't been answering her phone in months. Naturally, she doesn't want to parade her abusive, mallard boyfriend in front of her family, so she says she'll meet her outside. But not before Larry shares a few charming words of endearment.
Ha, dumb bitch.
That's not funny.
I'm not joking.
Don't call me that.
Then don't act like one.
and even some physical abuse.
I'm bleeding.
I'm sorry you cut yourself.
You cut me.
I'm sorry you see it that way.
But then, finally, after some encouragement from her sister, and a humorously dark scene of staring at some cooked ducks, Elisa finds the strength to call animal control to her house and get rid of the duck she's been having sex with. Now, in this scene, the guy mentions the duck is noisy, but doesn't seem to understand anything he's saying, further reinforcing the theory that Larry wasn't actually talking this entire time.
What are you looking at?
And Elisa was just some normal duck during a prolonged schizophrenic breakdown.
I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy.
Yeah. So that's it for the woman who was by a duck. I've honestly seen nothing like it in my entire life, and I hope that stays the case. As usual, thanks for watching. Take care.